Okay, before we get started, I want you to do me a favor and I want you to get a pen and paper because you're going to write down a number, and that number later you're going to see how you're going to be able to offset and be able to get everything that we're going to talk about later on for free. Okay? Not only are you going to be able to get it for free, but you're also going to be able to get tangible assets for the next 12 months also for free, and we're going to put money back into your household, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So pay attention right here to the middle. You see it says 7K Advantage. You'll see this when you first log on to your back office after signing up with 7K. Now, the reason why this is significant is because this app for everyone else outside of 7K would normally cost you anywhere between $40 and $50. I know you're probably asking yourself, why would an app cost that much? Well, it's because the rewards are so tremendous and it's so beneficial. So we're going to dive in and show you what that's all about. So I'm gonna click into my 7K Advantage, and I'm also gonna log in up here, as you can see. So once I log in, and then I put my area in, I'm in Las Vegas, so I'm gonna put my area in. Then you're gonna see deals that's available to me in my area. Okay. Now over here to the left, you can see that there's over 2,495 deals and over 1,800 deals that's nearby. These aren't just deals that no one cares about. As you can see, these are deals that you actually take advantage of. See, Walt Disney, $60 off. I mean, that could be what, a small child right there going to the amusement park. Or look at right here, $200 off at Apple. I actually redeemed that offer and I actually saved, shopping at Apple. But look, Domino's, Sonic, Samsung, 40% off. Look at Amazon. Look at Office Max, Office Depot. Right there, I saved 50%. I actually use that one as well because, I have an office, so I saved on office supplies. But just look at some of these things. Denny's, $10, Dairy Queen. So as you can see, these are name brands and not just, some run-of-the-mill, mom and pop type store, right? So like as promised, I showed you how you're going to actually be able to save using this app. So let's go ahead and dive right in where you see right here it says, how much can I save? Let's find out. And we're going to do just that. So if you look to the right, it says estimated yearly savings. Currently, it's at 0. And the reason why is because if you look over here to the left, where it says savings estimator, okay, we haven't plugged in any numbers. Now, you see it's weekly, monthly, and yearly broken down. And the reason why is because we're going to plug in some numbers that, things that we do on a weekly basis, monthly basis, and a yearly basis. And we're going to keep those numbers modest. And what I mean by that is we're not going to overhype. What we're going to do is underhype and overdeliver because I want to really show you just how much you can save putting in some modest numbers. And then we'll come back and get a little bit more aggressive and put in some bigger numbers. Okay? Fair enough? All right, so let's do it. So right here, weekly, it says number of times you eat out for lunch. Now, depending on, what you do on a day-to-day basis, I'm going to say if you work a 9 to 5, and you're out in the field, then chances is you probably eat lunch out. Very few of us are still bringing sack lunches. So I'm going to go on a whim here and say 5. The number of times you eat out for dinner. Now that could be significantly lower, right? Because, you come home after being out all day, you probably want a home cooked meal at this point, right? So I'm going to say the number of times you eat out for dinner, maybe let's just say like 3 times a week. Not too much. Then it says the number of times you order pizza. This is just weekly. So again, I'm going to keep them small, 2 times. But if you're eating out, probably do that quite more often than that, being in the field, right? Eating lunch. Now let's go down to monthly. It says the number of games or miniature golf, laser tag, or bowling. I look at this as like things you would do like at the end of the week, break the monotony. You want to go out, maybe take the family to Dave and Buster's, something like that. So I'm going to say you did that at least once, in a month. Now, again, that is not a lot. The number of movie tickets. Okay. Now, we don't go to movies all the time. Some of us do, but we'll say, maybe once, right? Because you want to see your favorite movie. We'll plug in and say, once a month. Number of movie rentals. Now, TV has gotten so much better, with Netflix and, the different streaming options, like Discovery and Disney and, and the fights that be coming on. So I think, it's not far-fetched to say in a month's time that you did at least once. Again, we're putting in some small numbers. Okay, now let's go to yearly. The number of times that you stayed out, in the hotel. Now, even with the pandemic that was going on, I myself have stayed in the hotel for more than a week, longer than a week, right? In a year's time. But just to keep it small, okay? We're going to plug in small numbers. I'm going to say 3. And then the days that you rented a car, I'm going to equally say 3 because if you was out, then chances is you need some transportation. So let's say 3. Number of rounds of golf, I'll leave that at 0 for right now because a lot of people don't play golf. Same thing with the cruise ship because a lot of us ain't taking cruises. So the number of tickets to a theme park, I'm going to say 1 because I think we strive to do that with our family, at least once a year. And the same thing with going out to a live show, okay? So a live show, your favorite artists come in town and maybe you want to go to a play, a comedy show, something like that, your favorite music artists in town. So I'm going to say again, once. This is a year, remember. The number of times you change your oil. Now this can range depending on do you have an old car? Do you got a newer car? Do you drive it quite often or does it sit in the garage most of the time like mine? So at the very least, you should be changing your oil at least once a year. So we're going to say once. Could be more, but we're going to say once. The number of times you have cleaned your carpets. Now, again, it depends on how much foot traffic you have, right? Do you have a pet or not? Do you have kids? So this can also range from 1 to multiple times. But again, at the very least, you should at least be clean your carpet at least once a year. The number of times you sent flowers. Okay, now I look at this one again where it could be high because you can have females in your family, right? And that can cover birthdays, that can cover anniversaries, that can cover Valentine's Day. So many different things that women love flowers for. And then you got multiple women in your family. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to say, you may be sending flowers out multiple times a year. But for the sake of keeping things small, we're going to say 1. Okay? Now, the number of times you bought ski lift tickets. I'm going to leave that at 0 right now because some of us never been skiing. So I'm going to still leave that at 0 for right now. We'll come back in and plug some numbers in later. But look over here to the right. 2,056.25. Write that number down. Remember I told you we're going to write some numbers. Write that number down because I want you to see, documentation beat conversation, just how much you was able to save later. Okay? So that's that number with very, very modest numbers. But remember I told you, we're going to plug in some more aggressive numbers to see what we're really capable of doing. So let's come back over here. Weekly. Number of times you ate out for lunch. I'm going to still keep that at 5. Okay. But let's just say, maybe you're a bachelor. Maybe you don't cook that well. Maybe you just like eating out. So I'm going to say you ate out 5 times for dinner as well. Number of times you ate pizza. Let's go and bump that number up a little bit. 3. Number of times you went out on a monthly basis. I'm going to say 4. Once a week. That's not too far-fetched. So 4. Number of movie tickets, I'll still leave that at 1. Ain't too many movies been coming out like that, right? So usually you probably just go every so often. But the number of times you rented a movie from home, I'm going to say that's more often. So let's say 3. The number of times in a year that you stayed at a hotel, let's say at least a week. At least a week. And the same thing with the rental car. Number of rounds of golf. Okay, look, since you're able to save, why not, right? And they usually say 3 rounds of golf. So let's say 3. Especially since you was able to save money by getting them. Number of days on the cruise, same thing. You might say, you know what? I really didn't have no desire or never thought I can afford it, but now that I see that it's so affordable, why not? So we go 1. Number of tickets to a theme park. Okay, I'll still leave that at 1, and the same thing with the live show. But the oil, let's change that to 2. Okay, most of us ain't keeping our car in the garage like me. The number of times you've had your carpet cleaned, again, in a year, let's say at least 2. The number of times you sent flowers. Now remember, I already told you, birthdays, Valentine's Day, if you have someone, right? So many different things to be able to send a woman flowers for. So I'm going to say it's not too far-fetched to say 3. Okay? Anniversaries, birthdays, Valentine's Day, easy. Okay? Number of times you bought ski lift tickets only because you was able to save here. Why not? 1. Okay? So now let's look over here to the right. 3,275.33. Please write that number down as well because I want you to go with the least and the most. I want you to go with the worst to the best and show you that no matter which way you went, you still save. The only difference is with this number, okay, this 3,275.33, you was able to do a couple things. You was able to, 1, you'll be able to get your whole subscription when we talk about it for free. So when we dive into that, we start talking about subscriptions and yearly, it's free, 100% free. Then we're going to show you how you can collect, okay, assets that's going to be delivered to your doorstep for the next 12 months, also for free. All right, you still with me? Okay, it gets better. Then we're going to show you how to put money back into your household, minimum of $500 back into your household. So that's back doing the things you're already doing. Remember, you're already buying pizza, you're already eating lunch, you're already buying groceries, you're already shopping, you're already getting gas, you're already taking families on trips. Things you're already doing. But the only difference is now you got $500 more to do it. So let me ask you a question. If you was able to have $500 extra to go shopping, would that be significant? If you have $500 extra to be able to pay your car note, is that significant? How about the light bill? How about the insurance? I mean, think about it. That's $500. Now it was $1,000. So now you see how beneficial this can be. And this is the advantage of using the 7K Advantage app, which you will get for free, okay, once you join our team. And we will show you exactly how you can do that. So I hope this made sense to you, and back to you, Melvin.